What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are having a blessed day. Man, guys, this day has been awesome today. I think later on I'm going to tell you why I am feeling so amazing. But I came on at this time to continue talking about spirituality and the truth about spirituality, because we have a lot of people that say they're spiritual but they're not religious. And I understand it, I get it, but I want to talk a little bit. I've been talking about the truth about spirituality. Now, one of the truths is we separate spiritual from ordinary. The other truth is we think spirituality and we confuse that with superiority. And today, the truth is, we treat spirituality like a mythical position because we've forgotten its daily posture. Let me say that again. We treat spirituality like a mythical position because we've forgotten it's a daily posture. It is a daily posture. Now, I don't have time to break that down, but with it being a daily posture, what you can understand is it's not magic, it's about discipline. That's the one thing we have to look at too, because I've always recognized that when we speak of spirituality, we speak of some magic going on. Like this morning, I recognized in studying that when Jesus calmed the storm, that story was to show us that He is our peace. It's not when the storms of life come down where we can find peace. We can, if we recognize that Jesus is our peace. See, we looked at that story like, oh, He even calmed the storm. All He said was, peace be still, and He calmed the storm. But He spoke with authority because He knew who controlled the storm, and it wasn't Him. It was not Him, and it's not us. See, we think, oh, my peace will come when I get enough money in the bank, when I get the house I want, when I get the position on the job that I want. That's when I find my peace. But it's not magic. It's a discipline. Spirituality is a discipline. When He said, peace be still, He was basically letting them know, because he immediately said to them, oh, ye of little faith. Because it's like, I'm here. I'm amongst you. You know I'm down here. You can physically see me. You know where I'm at. And you still like, oh, we gonna die, we gonna die. You don't care that we're not gonna survive? That's what He's talking about. When He talks about when He tells us that He gives us a peace that the world can't give us. Because during the storms, you're still joyful because you're not waiting for the storm to end. You know that somebody greater is walking through that storm with you. It's just like when the doctor diagnoses you with cancer. Your family can't do anything about it. No amount of money can stop it. You may be able to pay for the treatments. But if God is walking through that with you, you're going to be okay no matter what the end result is. Now, another thing, it's not perfection, it's presence. It's not perfection, it's presence. Again, it's like Jesus down there on the pillow sleep. So they had His presence. So it's not about us doing everything right. It's about recognizing that we have limitations and we need the help of God. So we call on His presence And that's true spirituality. It's not some magical thing where you can say abracadabra, all my problems are gone. That's not what spirituality is about. It's not I went into this seclusion and I isolated myself for a while and I just sat with nature and became one with nature and now I figure everything out. Not gonna happen. I'm just being honest. Now, it's not unreachable. I talked a little bit about this yesterday. It's not unreachable. Jesus made it accessible. Spirituality is not something you find and you just like, oh, I figured everything out and I'm truly enlightened and now I don't need anything else. Because as long as we're on this earth, we're gonna need Jesus. We're gonna need him. It's a relationship that changes you from within. So it's not unreachable. Spirituality transforms you, the way you think, the way you move, how you go about making your decisions. When you walk with Jesus, you realize spirituality isn't about escaping this world. It's about bringing heaven's nature into it. So when we thinking, I'm not waiting. I'm tired of waiting for Jesus to return. That's not what he asked you to do. He said, make disciples. He said, go make disciples of all nations. So it wasn't about you just wait until he come back, then everything will be okay. What did I just say? It says it's not about escaping the world. It's about bringing heaven's nature into it. See, we just think about heaven as this place we're going to go when it's all over with. No. Learn to stop thinking that that God's going to produce in you some type of power that nobody else can have or have access to. Stop thinking that you're going to figure this out on your own. Stop thinking that you're going to get to a place where you have no limits. We're always limited. We're always going to have limited power over what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. We don't have control. The only thing we have control of is self. So I want you to think, have I made walking with God about performance instead of presence? Do I seek to look spiritual or to be transformed? So do you want to just look spiritual or do you want to be transformed? So guys, we're going to continue this, Lord's willing, tomorrow. But I'm just giving you a few, some truths about spirituality. When you say you're spiritual, you're not religious. I want you to think about what you're saying. So guys, until next time, let the scripture speak. I hope you listen. But most of all, be a doer of his word and not just a hearer. I love you guys. Peace. And I'm out.
Scroll through the word, revelations unlocked. Wisdom so fresh, got my spirit restocked. Streaming hope like podcasts on demand. Faith-built visions, God's work in my hand. Scripture speaks, it's the vibe in my